Brian Babin, Congressman, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Amanda. Great to be with you.
Great to be with you. Yeah, thank you. So I have been traveling to the border pretty frequently over the last year with this network, and the things that I see are utterly appalling. One of our correspondents, Ben Berkwam, constantly comes back with what he calls show and tell souvenirs, hundreds of passports, IDs from dozens of countries, not Mexico, not El Salvador, not Central American countries, but all over the world. What's the biggest concern with these people flooding across our southern border?
Well, I can tell you that we know of, we've caught 14 individuals that have been on the terrorist watch list. And I would remind you all and your viewers that it took 19 to perpetrate this horrible 9/11 attack, the worst terrorist attack in the history of the country. And they're just pouring across the border, just pouring across. And quite frankly, it's very, very concerning to me, not only from a terrorist standpoint, but public health, COVID. They don't test these people. They turn them loose. They don't make them when they do turn them loose, they don't make them get immunized, take the vaccine. While we're being locked down, people are being kicked out of hospitals and the military for not doing this. And we've had 2 million plus illegals come across this border. And what is Mayorkas doing? Secretary Mayorkas is setting up programs to fight climate change. He departs clearly from the DHS's real mission, and that is protecting the homeland, to go after climate change. Not exactly what the mission is for DHS.
Just amazing. Anything to distract from the reality of what's really going on. I was lucky enough to spend some time with you in Houston last year, and you were saying then every state in America is going to be a border state. They're going to feel that impact, and now that's happening. We've got a story coming out tomorrow tracking all of these illegal aliens who got to the interior of country and then committed heinous crimes. How big a crisis is this going into the 2022 election?
It's an enormous crisis, and I tell you what, the truth has got to be out there, and that's why I just appreciate so much your show and you folks getting the truth out to the American people, because you're not going to get this on the mainstream media. You're simply not. You're not going to hear that Mayorkas and Biden are violating their oaths of office, jeopardizing American citizens, our national defense, empowering the cartels, and quite frankly, people are dying on their watch. And it's a dereliction of duty to do what they're doing. They're in violation of the Constitution. Article 4, Section 4 says that the federal government is supposed to protect the states from invasion. And if this is not an invasion, I don't know what is. And so this is why I'm so proud of the state of Texas for stepping up and making arrests for trespassing and doing the things that we can possibly do, even though it's very limited, unfortunately. But we know, we've seen the surreptitiously taken films. We've had whistleblowers that are seeing just thousands of adult males, single adult males coming across, flown to New York and around the country, and not just unaccompanied children. These are single adult males, and we know full well that many of these people are MS-13. We see a crime wave that is just going from shore to shore in this country, all over, and the open border is certainly not enhancing that. But let me also tell you one other thing that this is doing. We've had over 100,000 overdose deaths of Americans in the last year. It is an all-time record. We have literally seized tons of narcotics, literally tons of even fentanyl, one of the most dangerous drugs. I'm a healthcare practitioner myself. Fentanyl its place is in the operating room, and yet we get 20 million pills that are seized by drug enforcement, DEA, and 4 out of 10 of these pills are laced with a lethal dose of fentanyl. They look like they're hydrocodone or Xanax or some normal pill that you might have a prescription written for. You take it and you die. And this is what's happening. It's coming from China. It's a weapon of mass destruction, and then coming up through the cartels in Mexico. The cartels are making $14 million a day, we think, and that's just a surmise. But they're getting rich off of us and off the Biden administration.
Yeah, and off the American people. Congressman, we've just got time for a few more comments, but there are a lot of impeachable, I think, offenses. A lot of people feel that way. Do you think that the lack of protection at our southern border, not protecting our American sovereignty, is chief among them?
Oh, there's no question. That's an impeachable offense. They are not living up to their oath of office, as I said, Article 4, Section 4, and forcing the states like Texas to protect themselves. People are literally dying, and because of their lack of enforcement, lack of keeping the letter of the law. They're supposed to uphold the Constitution, the law of the land, and they're simply not doing it. It is an impeachable offense. Secretary Mayorkas should resign. President Biden should be ashamed of himself for what he is putting this country through, and they're going to pay the piper this coming November.
Absolutely.
In the election.
Real quick, we got about 30 seconds. You signed a letter saying that Republicans shouldn't fund any more budgets that include enforcement mechanisms for vaccine mandates. What's behind that request?
John, these COVID vaccine mandates are out of control. They really are. And again, in blue states, blue cities, blue counties, they're mandating these things, and quite frankly, it is a violation of people's constitutional rights. It threatens our national security. I was fully vaccinated. I still got COVID. There's no proof that it's foolproof. It's not fail-safe. And so, kicking people out of a healthcare worker out of his job, or kicking people out of the Marine Corps or the Navy or the Army it's just a simple. A complete violation of their constitutional right. It infringes on our constitutional rights. It's also responsible for our supply chain crisis, too, to a large extent. It's about control, not science.
Yeah.